Right. My name is George.
He didn't get 3 words out of his mouth.
All right. My name is George, and this is Dan Lovell and Tommy Dazio. I'm going to be serious this time. I was going to say, he's important. He's not. No. My name is George, and this is Dan Lovell, Tommy Dazio. And about 10 years ago, the two of you said, George, we're going to do a mission trip to Forgotten Children Ministries in Honduras. And I said, it's not my thing. I'll pray for y'all. I'm not interested. And literally, you said, you don't have a choice. Genuinely, you said, you have to go. And here I am 10 years later, and this is addictive. You know, I think we've been down here 10 different years, and it's just one of the most powerful experiences of my life. But one of the most special moments, it's top 2 or 3 every year, those special moments, is Girls' Night. So Tommy, could you explain a little bit about what Girls' Night is?
Sure. So we're here with Forgotten Children's Ministries, as George said, and they have a boys' orphanage and a girls' orphanage. And the way people would describe the society here to you, particularly men, is that it's a very macho society. And, you know, most of these girls who are in the ministry here, they either don't have a father at all, they definitely have never had a loving father, and some of them have had fathers that have abused them. But most of the young women and girls in Honduras, many of them don't have any type of father figure in their life, especially not one that we would see in the States. So one of the things we do is we have a father-daughter night, and the girls' names are called out and they're introduced, and we bring them a rose and seat them at a table, and we have a meal with them. We have translators and we speak with them. The first year we did it, it was very difficult. You know, we didn't know how well it went. We had a little bit of it was hard to communicate. We had a little bit of a encouragement from the field director for FCM, who was a former rodeo cowboy from Tennessee, and he sort of got teary-eyed and said, you know, we were talking about how we didn't know how well it went. He said, guys, y'all don't understand. Y'all have no idea what y'all done. And he had tears in his eyes. So we had a little bit of an inkling as to how it went, and maybe we made a little bit of an impact.
And one thing I noticed too is that night is the guys, we didn't talk much afterwards. It was just overwhelming. I think one of the guys on the trip last night said it's just overwhelming. It's hard to process how powerful that was, but I don't think we realized the extent of what it did for them. We loved it, but about a year later, you've got that story with David Myers.
Yeah. So and to piggyback on what Tommy said, it was really, we just thought it was really awkward, and we didn't know, you know, how to act with them and how they were going to react with us being men and them not having men in their lives. And so all the planning that went into it, it's like planning a big party, and then after it, you're like, well, that didn't go well.
Right. Exactly.
So a year later, we came back, second year, and it was totally different. They were so receptive to us. They loved it. And David Myers, one of the men on the trip, he said that one of the girls came up to him and said, hey, this was my second favorite night of my life. And of course, his question was then, well, what was your first favorite? And she said, when y'all came last year. So we had no idea that it made that kind of impact and on these girls, and it must really have hit home.
It really did. And you know, it just goes to show that when you actually show up on a mission trip, I was reluctant. I think y'all may have been reluctant at one point, but these are the kind of things that happen that you can't experience unless you're actually here. And I'd say these are the kind of things that have changed all of us. So anyway, we're looking forward to the rest of the week down here, 10th time down. And thank you, appreciate it. You said something interesting.
George, be quiet, please. Please.